class, welcome back. I am here in my office ready to teach you a short lesson on decomposing fractions. I hope you can see everything. I'm kind of, I got my phone in a jar and it's kind of tilted a little bit, but I hope that this works for you guys. Shout out to Sweet Eloise and Elliot. I know I forgot your two names on my morning announcements, so I apologize for that, but Sweet Eloise, everyone, da, da, da. All right, so today we're going to be talking about decomposing fractions. I thought it was important to first discuss what composing fractions means, and so I hope you can read this, but it says to combine parts of a whole, and I like to think of composing fractions as to like putting together, like you would using glue. So here I have a 1/4 plus a 1/4 plus a 1/4. Use some glue, put them together, and I would get 3/4. So it's sort of like, if here's a visual model for those of you that like visual, I have my 1/4, my other 1/4, and my third 1/4 piece. And if I just kind of glued them together and put them together, I would have 3/4. And that's composing fractions. So think about this. If composing fractions would mean to put together, we could think of decomposing fractions meaning to break apart. Think of it like using a hammer. Where if I had a hammer here in my hand and I would break them apart into pieces. So something like that. So here you can see in my visual, I have a hammer that is breaking my whole where it has 3/4 shade up, and I broke that apart to 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. Now if I was in class, I might say something like, for 25 bonus points, who can tell me what 1/4 and 1/4 and 1/4 are? I see all your hands in the air. And hopefully someone will say, yes, they are decomposed into unit fractions. Remember, from previous units, a unit fraction is a fraction that has 1 as a denominator. But that's not the only way that we can decompose fractions. So I'm going to go to your classwork for today. And in your classwork, I believe I asked you to do like numbers 5 through 10 on this page here. And then I believe there's some on the back, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So let's just say I had the fraction, let's see here. Let me call on Elliot. Elliot, give me a fraction. Yes, Mr. Roberts. I think 5/6. Oh, good job, Elliot. Thank you. So if I have 5/6 as my fraction, and I'm being asked to decompose that, there is a wide variety of ways that I can break that apart. I can break that apart into all unit fractions, which would be 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus another 1/6. All right. Is there another way that we could decompose 5/6? Absolutely. We could decompose that with, let's see, who have I not called on yet? Piper. Yes, Mr. Roberts. Yes, we could break that up into, I can't hear you, Piper. Yes, that's right. We could do a 3/6 plus a 1/6 plus another 1/6. So there is a wide variety of ways that you can actually decompose fractions. Visually, if you want to know what this looks like, I like drawing pictures, you know that. My pictures are not nearly as good as my singing voice, but you get the point. If I had 5/6, and this would represent what 5/6 is, I could break that apart into, I have this example and this example. What if I did it in a 4/6 plus a 1/6? Or maybe I could decompose 5/6 into like a 2/6 plus a 2/6 plus, Oh, 1/6, that's right. So 1/6, we have 2/6 plus 2/6 plus 1/6. All that equals 5/6. So let me erase that real quick. And let's see if I can show you what, like a bar diagram. If you are visually wanting to see what this looks like using bar diagrams, like a model drawing. Well, if here is our one whole, and then I broke that one whole up into, let's use 5/6 again. I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/6 are shaded in. I could break that up into a 2/6 plus a 1/6 plus a 1/6 plus, yes, another 1/6. So decomposing fractions can be very fun because we're just really trying to get you to think about, in essence, like what, even though we're breaking it apart and breaking it up, it's kind of like what parts kind of make up that fraction for those of you who are at home listening. I would like to go on to the back and do number 11. Number 11 is the one problem about Jackie, okay? And that problem reads, Jackie ate 1/5 of a bag of popcorn. She shared the rest with Enrique. List 3 ways she could have shared the remaining popcorn. Well, it's interesting. There's a couple key words in there. She ate 1/5. Visual learners, 1/5 is what she ate. So my whole is divided up into how many parts? We have 1, 2, 3, 5 parts, and she ate 1/5. But it says how many, she shared the rest with Enrique. So Enrique got all of this in here. This is Enrique's part that he received, the bag of popcorn. Now what is that? That's right, that is 4/5. So Enrique received 4/5 of a bag of popcorn. The question asks, list 3 ways that they could have shared that remaining popcorn. Well, let's see, we could have 4/5. How could they share the rest? If they're sharing 4/5 of that, let's decompose that, right? Let's do maybe 1/5 plus 1/5, good. Plus, well, if I have 1 plus 1 is 2, I need 2 more parts to make 4. So let's say we could share it that way. Actually, that won't work, right? Because if there's only 2 people, how can we share the rest? Well, see, I just made a mistake. Sorry. Maybe they could have done it 1/5 plus 3/5. Maybe they could have done it 2/5 plus 2/5. So there's a variety of ways that Enrique and Jackie could have shared the rest. And let's do unit fractions. Sure. 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. So there's a variety of ways that they could have shared these. Really all they're asking you to do is to think about this concept of decomposing fractions. They're asking you to, hopefully you're able to see that we were kind of thinking about this 4/5 is what we were sharing. And if we were to break apart using our hammer, 4/5 could have been done that way. So whether we are composing fractions or decomposing, I wanted you to kind of see what they both meant. Stay tuned tomorrow. I probably will be posting an example of a graphic organizer that you could use to, help you remember decomposing fractions. If it were me, I would probably say your graphic organizer should be with composing fractions and decomposing fractions, even though this 9-2 is all about decomposing fractions. So I think that's it. I know I probably could have redone that video because I messed up a couple times. I do apologize for that, but hopefully this did help you understand what decomposing fractions are, and I hope that the examples I showed you today could help you with decomposing fractions on your own. If not, please feel free to give me a shout, have mom and dad email me, call me, text me, whatever I can do to make you help you understand this. That's what I'm here for. Remember, I love you guys. I miss you incredibly. And yeah, I'm probably going to make it on the golf course at some point today. I might even practice singing. Who knows what I'm going to do? But I do miss all the wobbly chairs and the anxious students and singing, of course. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone. Remember, decomposing fractions is breaking apart, and there's a wide variety of ways you can do it. Have fun with your classwork today, and stay tuned for some other information. See you guys.